Again.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god. Stop you fucking lying.
You guys ever get tired of this? Because I don't get tired of this. As a matter of fact, I've created a playlist. I created it a few days ago, but you can go check that out, called Liar Liar Pants on Fire, and it has a ton of this stuff in it. Let's just jump right into it, okay, guys? Let's do it. At EA Costa on Twitter. Never thought this would happen to my own blood. This is how Pierce County sheriffs treated an unarmed 15-year-old child. So I had a tragedy this early morning. My 15-year-old daughter was brutality attacked by Pierce County Sheriff at around 1 a.m. They dragged my baby girl and let their canine mole on her back and leg after the police already had her in handcuffs and down. She blacked out twice and the officers shaked her to get her up to walk. They told her she was not going to get any help, that she had to heal herself. She begged for help and they treated her like she was nothing. They never read her any rights, and now we've been in the hospital since 3:30 a.m. Police brutality on a 15-year-old girl with no weapons are ever in trouble. I'm devastated as a mom. Please someone hear this repost. This sounds serious. Let's investigate. Oh, it's got 1,200 retweets, by the way. It's kind of a small fish. It's not quite one of the big douchebag Sean King ones, but it's still got a little traction. Oh, but she doesn't stop there. We are in the emergency room and they're not letting anyone, not even her mom, see her. She is a minor. They're only giving her ibuprofen for a wound so deep it hit her bone. Cops mocked her and laughed at her for praying and called her stupid. As she was being attacked by cops, they told her they would shoot her if she attempted to stand up. A 15-year-old girl. We were all in the waiting room and cops snuck this girl out of the hospital to juvenile detention center without telling us. They're trying to charge her with God knows what. She is not even lucid. Hours after tracking her down, because neither the hospital cops or the detention center would tell us where she was, we have her back in our custody. They had nothing to book her on. We will fight and get #justice for Nadia. The first thing that I thought about this one was the wound looks very doubtful to be a canine bite, but it could possibly be one. I asked not one, not two, but 3 canine handlers with dozens of years of experience and hundreds of bites collectively if they thought that looked like a wound, and they said it could possibly happen, but where are the puncture wounds from all the other teeth? The dog might have done that, but it looks like it could have been a samurai dog, perhaps a dog with a knife, or even a dog with an axe. My favorite part about this tweet is that you guys, my super amazing, awesome subscribers and Twitter followers, jumped in here and put proof that she was lying before I could even get to it. You amazing context-seeking sons of bitches found all the information before I even had a chance to look it up. The Pierce County Sheriff's Department released a statement that says inaccurate information. Who would have knew? I thought she was telling the truth the whole time. I will put a link to this in the comments below, but for time's sake, so you don't have to sit here and listen to me read this wall of text, let's sum it up. To sum it up, of course, we're going to use some of my high-tech, state-of-the-art police incident scene recreation software. A white minivan with an intoxicated 15-year-old was driving down the road one night when a Washington State Patrol officer pulled up behind her. Wait, hold on, getting too ahead of ourselves. Prior to the Washington State Trooper finding the intoxicated 15-year-old inside of a minivan with no lights on, the minivan had gotten into a hit and run with another vehicle. So after the hit and run, a Washington State Trooper spotted the white minivan driving down the road without its lights on. They initiated a traffic stop and the white minivan took off. The trooper pursued them for a moment, but not wanting to put the public in danger, he called off the pursuit. A few minutes later, another trooper spotted the white minivan in a parking lot. The van once again took off. The trooper pursued the van. During a pursuit, the van ended up wrecking. The intoxicated 15-year-old exited the van and ran into a wooded area. Washington Highway Patrol pulled up on scene and said, "Shit, she ran into the woods. We need a canine officer." That's when Pierce County Sheriff's Department arrived on scene with a bork bork, nom nom. The sheriff's deputy on scene with the canine said several times, "Hey, come out of those woods, or my dog's gonna bite you." The intoxicated 15-year-old who had just committed a hit and run and ran from 2 Washington State patrolmen on 2 different occasions and also fled on foot when not come out of the woods, so the Bork was sent in. Pierce County Sheriff's Department states that the Bork did nom on the suspect's leg. Just a little bit. Troopers observed obvious signs of impairment on the driver, who was then transported by a trooper to a nearby hospital for further treatment of her laceration and for a DUI blood draw search warrant. Following the treatment, hospital staff cleared the suspect for release into booking to the juvenile detention center. The suspect's family demanded that she not be transported to jail and that she be taken to a children's hospital for further treatment. To accommodate the family's request, the suspect was then transported by troopers to a children's hospital for evaluation. The trooper noted that she was able to stand on both legs, make eye contact, and speak clearly prior to her family arriving at the hospital. The suspect was then again cleared by hospital staff and released for transport to Reman Hall. The family again attempted to prevent the suspect from being booked into jail by requesting additional medical treatment at another hospital. The request was denied by troopers. So they didn't even have to take her to the children's hospital. They took her to a hospital. She was cleared. They could have taken her to jail, but to be nice to the family, they took her to a children's hospital for further treatment. Then her family requested that she be taken to another hospital. It looks like they were trying to play the system and taking the troopers' kindness for weakness. Shortly after 3 p.m., the 15-year-old female suspect was booked into Reman Juvenile Detention Hall for felony eluding, driving under the influence, 2 counts of reckless endangerment, and resisting arrest. You know what this whole incident looks like? Poor parenting that led to your daughter doing a bunch of shady shit, getting caught, and then you're trying to blame it on police officers instead of you sucking. Well, that's all I have for you fine people today. I'd like to go ahead and thank all my new patrons at patreon.com/donutoperator. You guys are awesome. I may be streaming tonight at twitch.tv/donutoperator. It's not certain, but just be on the lookout. As always, you can use your Amazon Prime to subscribe to me on twitch.tv/donutoperator for free. Everyone, it is Saturday. I hope that you're having a safe weekend, and I hope that you continue to have an even safer weekend. I love you all. Please have a fantastic day.